Welcome to the Cool Fireman Podcast, a virtual firehouse kitchen table with What's a Rolfie, Unkie, Fireman 1231, JDB Cubed, and Fireman Freddy. Let's get to the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Cool Fireman Podcast. Today you've got Dougie Fresh. Damn, I'm cool.
Damn, I'm cool.
And we've got the Unkster. What up, boys? How are we?
Hey. What's up, neckbeard?
Hey.
Bro, Adams did have a beard.
Dude, that twin beard is getting nice and fresh. I like it.
Yes, it is.
I like it. Sure. Is it itchy? Or is it past the itchy stage?
Oh, way past the itchy. Now I just play on and pull on it.
Now it's nice and soft.
Yeah, my mustache was getting to the point where I just kept touching it. And I got home from ball practice last night. I was like, you got to go. So I cut it off. Yeah, it's still freaking humid as crap here, man. Like, it's no fun in the summertime. It's ugh.
California's hurricane of the century passed through, and it actually kind of took the humidity with it. So we had crazy humidity here in California for a long time. And then all of a sudden, all we could see on the news was Hurricane Watch 2023, the first time in 89 decades that we were going to get this much wind and water and cyclones and death. And then we got like 3 inches of water, of rain. That would be water. But it was like over 48 hours or something. You know, it wasn't anything torrential with a capital T. It wasn't. And so everybody just kind of hunkered down for whatever. We had a rainy day schedule at work for a few days, some extra bodies on the floor because we upstaffed, which is always fun to have the extra bodies. Essentially, we're a small department, not as big as Doug's, so we don't have as many people in the stations at all times.
ECD.
Big CD, big city dog. So here we were with extra manpower. So that was fun. Awesome. Good to see you, boys. We took a little bit of a break last week. We kind of, we've been kind of up and down with everybody doing different things, working and vacations and such. Unkie might have had 2 beautiful baby girls who are still doing very healthy. And we just actually got to see one of them. And then she pooped all over Unkie. So that was great. He pulled a 3-inch 3/4 line and put that out, and we're good to go. So we're back this week. Welcome back. And so first order of business is, hey, if you're not subscribed on Spotify, you're listening to this, or you're listening to it on YouTube or Apple Podcasts, give us a follow. Let us know how great or poopy we're doing. Give us some feedback. We would love that. But as first order of business, or second, however many I've already done, we are going to do a moment of silence. We've had many line of duty deaths. We've had many deaths in the fire service and the first responder community. We talked a lot about it last, 2 weeks ago, with the deaths that were close to Doug and their department. And so, again, this week is no different. We'd like to give a small, short moment of silence for everybody that's passed away. All right, thank you for that, Barry.
Yeah, man, we had a rough couple of weeks, man. Richmond lost a guy, we lost a guy, Richmond lost another guy. I got my class A's were getting the workout because I'm on the honor guard. So it's always something. Dude. It was a rough couple of weeks around here.
Rough, and we're sorry to hear.
I mean, just locally. I mean, granted, I'm a small fish in a big pond, but
sure.
Locally we had a rough spell there.
Yeah. Quick shout out. Just came to the top of my brain. Lieutenant Kenny Mitchell has released his podcast, and we are going to throw that out there because
damn right we are.
It seems as though that our podcast always kind of wraps around to the mental health awareness at least at some point in our podcast. And so we've looked back on that, and we know how important it is. And we have proof is in the pudding, as they say, Doug, in your big departments.
My welding teacher used to say that. Mike Rainey, we called him Bub. Oh, Bub Rainey. Proof's in the pudding, boy. Proof's in the pudding.
Perfect. I love it. Can't get enough of that.
You little teenagers now, y'all don't have them blue collar trades in school anymore. We had welding and plumbing and bricklaying and carpentry and all electrical. Electricity. We had all that stuff.
I don't know if you guys happen to watch
those trade schools here on the South Side. Chesapeake and Virginia Beach, you got them. Chesapeake, I went through, did radio communications, and actually, just a couple of years ago, they started doing firefighter 1 and 2 and EMT
in high school. That's awesome.
Yeah, we had all seniors only, and auto body.
Yeah, we had auto mechanics and auto body too.
Yeah, they have all the classics in there, and they also have stuff for nursing, painting, auto body, bricks, all that kind of stuff. Anyways, sorry.
Oh, I love it. I don't know if you guys got to watch the Republican debates, but Nikki Haley actually brought up the fact that she wants to see more schools bringing in trades and learning how to build shit again. So I don't know. I mean, when I was in high school, I did woodworking, I did metalworking, home ec stuff. Do they not do that anymore? I'm assuming they don't.
I don't know. I don't know. It's been
we went during
high school.
During your junior and senior year, at least for Chesapeake, Virginia, we only had fork bells. So the first half or the second half of the day, you were at the tech school and you're doing your class and you did it all year long.
Yeah.
That's one thing. I mean, I loved it. I had a fantastic time, but I wish I really took a different class and trade. That's one thing I regret in my life, is not have a secondary trade to fall back on. So I'm not the college guy, so I don't have that degree. So I got firefighting. Yeah. I mean, I know it's its own set of skills, but you put the wet stuff on the hot stuff, put the Band-Aid on the boo-boo. But if I quit this job or when I retire, what do I have else to do?
Yeah.
I got to learn something now.
Yeah.
So I don't know how to do welding. And,
Right. God forbid one of us have a heart attack on duty and have to stop being a fireman. Then what are you going to do? You're going to get some disability, but other than that, I ain't going to pay the bills. Not 100%. So you got to have something to fall back on. We just had a new kid. He's super green. Didn't know the difference between a hole in the ground and his butthole, but came in, was asking us questions in the firehouse. And he had already had his degree done from UCLA. Started to get into finance. This is freaking boring. I want to be a fireman. And so he came to talk to us, and we're like, dude, you're actually like one step ahead, in my opinion. If there's anybody that comes to me at the age of 18, 19, 20 says they want to be a firefighter, I say go to school, and finish your degree, because pension programs are, saying that you can't retire till you're 57 anyways. So you get hired at 21, you're going to be working for 36 years. 36 years is a long time as a firefighter. So go out and take time and have a backup plan. Get your degree, get a little bit of life experience, and then wham, jump in hot. So that was pretty cool. I love when those kids come by and ask, questions, and we're able to kind of give back. It's good stuff. So
I know some people are like, I should get my fire science degree. I tell them no. I was like, you don't need that to be the fire chief. I mean, yeah, it's cool and all, and all the certs and stuff. I mean, it's fine to have a fire science degree. There's nothing wrong with it. But I was like, you can have a degree in, I don't know, Abe Lincoln paintings or something. And that's a degree. It works. Checks in the box. Go get something that, if you want to be fire chief, how to run a business, how to manage people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Get the other stuff besides fire science degree teaches you about sprinklers. You learn sprinklers on the job, or you learn it from the ISO book.
Yeah.
You don't need to go to class for that. To me, it's kind of like, I don't like to waste money like that. I'd rather get it, people skills and stuff like that.
You're sticking a dagger right in my stomach right now, because I finished my associate's degree before I got hired.
Because you have a stupid degree.
When I got my paramedic license. So I got all that out of the way, and then I kind of majored my AA in paramedicine, is what it's called, from the college. So now I'm trying to finish my bachelor's degree just as like a life goal for me, right? I just want to be able to succeed in that realm, whatever. So and so I'm going back and I'm doing Columbia Southern University, and what did I choose? Fire administration. So I'm like a couple classes in, and guys are like, dude, why are you doing fire administration? And I'm like, Well, I just thought it was the most appropriate thing, like work pays for $1,000 a fiscal year for me to go. It has to be semi, or it has to be work related, whatever. So I thought that was the best way to go. But guys have made that argument. They're like, why would you get a fire administration? I mean, how many fire classes have we taken in our careers? I mean,
right,
from wildland stuff to basic
five good years on the job, and you have a fire science degree.
Oh, 100%. So like, what am I going to learn in a fire?
Right.
And all I'm doing in my fire administration degree is just writing papers on my experience in the fire service. I mean, the last question, I think a journal I wrote was something like, hey, you're a fire captain en route to a fire. And this specific class has to do with safety systems like fire sprinkler systems and such, and structural stuff. And like, what are 2 or 3 different aspects that you would want to know in a fire pre-plan that has to do with fire sprinklers? So I'm like, well, I've already learned all this stuff. We do.
So it's easy for you, but it's a waste of time.
It's right. Exactly.
Yeah. And money.
I'm going to get the degree,
Even though your department's going to pay you back, it's a waste of everybody's time and money.
It is. And it is whatever. But anyways, so we kind of got on a little tangent. Today we're
keep going.
What are we talking about today?
About education.
Yeah, a little
trades.
Yeah, and how they help you in your career.
Yeah, I can swing a hammer. I can lay a beam. I can do a little plumbing. I don't mess with electricity because it bites and don't bite. I don't. I can do carpentry. Like I got the Class B CDL. I can go drive a dump truck. So I got lots I can do. You got to have a fallback, man. Like I'm far from an educated guy. I've got like 24 college credits, like enough to get to my next development step, whatever that number is. I forget. It might be 36. Anyway, whatever. Yeah, you got to have fallbacks, man. My kid. It was one of the greatest days of my life when my son graduated high school and said, Dad, I want to turn wrenches. I'm like, he was talking about trade school. I was like, I love it. I'd much rather you do that than go get a stupid underwater basket weaving degree or some liberal arts stupid ass degree that you're never going to use. Go to trade school, but he's going to community college because he wants to be an auto mechanic, not diesel. I tried to push him down the diesel route, but
you always want to need a mechanic. Always need an AC guy. Always need a plumber.
He wants to turn wrenches. I was like, dude, I love it. Yeah, when he said I'm going to go to trade, I was thinking about trade school. I was like, dude, I love it. Go, whatever, electrical, HVAC, all that stuff, big money, because that stuff's always going to break, and the cheaper they make it now, the more it's going to break.
Oh yeah, that's one thing. Like, I wish I got a trade that I can use at home, like HVAC. Prime example, my brother-in-law. Well, he runs, he works on the family farm. That's a big farm out here in Southampton County. But he went to school and got his HVAC. So he's worked on my parents' lake house. He's worked on my old house. So he comes out and he's like, oh, I ordered that part off of Amazon. He knows how to find, the parts cheap, and just comes and does it for you, fixes it. I mean, that's just
how many times have you needed an electrician at the house? I mean, it's
actually a couple times.
I'll call buddies of mine who are electricians, even in the fire service, who do electrical work on the side, and like, look, talk me through this. Like, I'm not stupid, but I don't like outside of changing outlets and switches and stuff. Like, that's about as far as I want to go with it. Obviously, turn the power off is the easiest thing to say, but I watched my uncle get knocked on his ass by trying to change out a microwave hood one time because he thought the breaker was off. Well, I don't mess with it, so I called them like, look, talk me through this, man.
Yeah, my battalion chief taught me how to do outlets and switches when I first started the fire department, because I was wiring my shed, and it was powered. It was all wired to an extension cord to my house, and I'll be out there listening to my music, not paying attention, and I fried myself, tasted metal for 3 days. But he taught me that, and when we were fixing up the house to get it sold and upgrading it, my neighbor across the street is an electrician. His dad owned a nice sized company. He just come over, he just hang out, and he's just like, I'll help you do it, not a problem.
Yeah, one of my ball coaches is an electrician. He's gonna. I got a whole 100-foot roll of Romex out here, and I want to wire my shed up. He's like, dude, just buy it. I'll come do it, no problem. And I bought it's the gray roll. I forget what it's numbered as, but you don't have to put it in conduit under the ground. It's
the outside one.
Yeah, it's the outside. It's gray. I forget what like I said, what number it is, but whatever. Yeah, he's gonna come take care of that for me because my wife told me last night my shed is now my man space. I cannot have half of her office. She only needs a computer to work, but she has the whole bedroom as her office. So
Just make sure
you have the shed. You have the shed. I said, okay, well, don't come hollering when I'm out there by myself, minding my business with the door shut and the radio on. Leave me alone. You told me this is my space. Go away.
he's out there with like a little smoking jacket with a fuzzy collar. Some
You think I won't be? I don't drink no wine, but I'll be out there smoking cigars, drinking bourbon.
glass of MD 2020.
You were just out in your shed. You were just out in your shed doing a TikTok video how to store something. What was it? Ratchet?
Yeah, I was
something.
I was cleaning the shed. The shed was a disaster because after we had it delivered, we started putting crap in it, and all my stuff was just everywhere. And then I built the chicken coop, and I had tools everywhere. It was just like a bomb went off. So I needed to organize it. So I took everything out. I'm lining stuff up, and I find this. I have a toolbox, just a diamond plated toolbox that I have in the back of the RV when we were at the campground with stuff in it. And I just found this knot of ratchet straps. So it was like 12 of them. Because you just collect them. Oh, I think I need a couple. Well, you end up buying 4 more. I'm like, God damn it, I got too many. Well, then they undoubtedly end up in a pile, and then they just laying there. They just get tangled up by themselves. So I just put a little TikTok up of how I store them. It's a pretty easy way. It's really helpful. It did pretty well.
I'll check that out.
Somebody learned from it anyway. It's just really easy way to roll them up and secure it where it doesn't. The two pieces stay together tightly, so they're not. Yeah, it's really simple. But yeah, when I was organizing the shed, I was like, God damn it. So yeah, I was just sitting out there drinking beer with the fan blowing. I was having a good time.
You got a little portable AC unit in there?
No, I might end up with a mini split out there if she keeps kicking me out there.
Right? Heck yeah.
But
speaking of TikTok videos, so you kind of gigged me on my last TikTok video.
I sure did.
About what is it? Compression straps?
Compression straps.
So I get, like, I understand that, like, but if you saw the video, I was talking about how it also kind of helps, what you can hold it like a holding strap. So I didn't know what you were trying to get at, but
no. Do you know how the compression straps work? What I was getting at?
Well, explain to me. I didn't understand, like, where I understood what you were saying, but I didn't understand where you were going with it.
So I hope you don't have it in that configuration now. If it's got down in it, just take it and put it on a coat hanger and hang it in your closet. Right. So with the compression bags, and those are good bags because they have they're 4 different spots that go over the end of the bag, right? And then you just turn it vertically and press down. And as you press down, you go around tightening each strap. And each strap, you just compress it tighter and tighter until those 2 pieces almost touch, especially with a down bag. It'll compress down almost nothing. Yeah. So that's what they are. I was just giving you shit for it.
Yeah, I'd got a duck down Keyser sleeping bag, which is pretty nice. It's pretty nice little deal that they hooked me up with. So I did a little video for them. That was fun.
Is it eider duck down?
It just says duck. Yeah. Is there a specific duck?
No, I found out when we were in Iceland that these eider ducks, EIDER, I think is how it's spelled. They naturally source all the down, the feathers. They don't go pluck them off the birds like some companies do. They literally just go to the nest and take the ones that are falling out.
Oh.
And the birds keep coming back because they know they're not going to harm them. So they keep coming back and they keep dropping feathers and they just take them peacefully. Which, I mean, you're gonna pay for it.
That I don't know. But what I do know, is I went on to the Keyser TikTok page, and they're very small business. I'm sure they probably just started up. That's why they're asking me to do a review on their stuff. But
they've been searching people who are doing camping. Yeah, for sure.
One of their videos out of their 3 was them like taking specific duck feathers from a pile that they specifically choose for the sleeping bag. So you see them there, they're using chopsticks. And they grab one, they put it off the side, then they take the bad ones and they just throw them back. And I'm like, they really do that for every single strand of duck feather? I mean,
no way.
There's no way, right?
No, I can't.
That's a little suspect.
Yeah, it's a little sus. Sus, as the kids say.
Sus.
Yeah.
That's bust. That's not bust.
Man, and they're probably just it's alliteration of how good they're not quality service. What's the word I'm looking for?
Their quality assurance. I don't know.
Quality assurance. That's it. Yeah, it's just QA stuff. we're so good about our stuff, so good we picked through it with chops. No, you don't. You did it for 17 seconds for a video.
Right, exactly.
Guys behind them taking that bad pal and putting it in.
Yeah, just mix it in.
Filtering it right back in.
Yeah, it's like the tobacco to sweep up off the floor.
If you were to make a duck noise, what would it be? Because
not what you did.
Not what I did. I know.
No, but chicken.
But you guys both know just as well as I do, if you do something stupid on TikTok or it might be wrong, people will comment and ask about it and they'll rip you on it. And then that just creates more algorithm time. And so that was one of the reasons why I did.
That's why I did it. I just keep it moving, man.
But I don't know. Like, what does a duck sound like? I mean, I know what a yeah, I guess quack quack. Yeah, but like
those are female ducks.
Oh yeah, I went bok bok bok. That's right.
Yes,
I'm an idiot.
Straight chicken. And when you said it, I was like, wait a minute, he must be lost about what a duck really sounds like.
Dude, I put the video together and I thought about it. I'm like, it doesn't even matter if it's right or wrong because people
foghorn leghorn. It's got I said that again. We already had one outtake with foghorn leghorn. I think
his jackets are full of chicken
Chickens
feathers.
Don't have down feathers, right? Or they do? Do they? They like not usable.
No,
they have those inner ones.
Or else the down would be a lot easier to get because I mean the chicken market is astronomical. The meat birds anyway.
Oh,
I'm sure there might be some strain or some breed of chicken that does, but yeah.
Have you ever seen a video of a processing plant?
God, yeah.
Dude, from hatching those suckers to I think it was like 4 to 5 months of them growing.
Oh no, not even. Yeah,
dude, it's unbelievable what they put these chickens through, dude. Just like thousands and thousands at a time. It's unbelievable. Yeah, and then the way they transport them, it's just amazing.
My wife cannot stand to drive behind one. She'll slow down or speed up, and she doesn't want to see it.
Oh, okay. Well, speaking of chickens,
they fly.
We were going to talk about, I don't know, SCBA stuff today.
Yeah. Who cares about that? Well, life-saving stuff.
We can be brief about it. Freddie had written down, excuse me, SCBAs as a topic. We have the Scott Air Pack 75s with 30-minute bottles with the AV3000 masks, and one of the new masks that we got, I don't know, a few years ago, probably like 5 years ago, was the tick masks.
You bougie.
Sorry, Scott. Sorry. Like they did not work out, man. Yeah, no joke. They were probably twice as heavy with this camera on the side. There was 2 separate buttons you had to push. One for the display in the inner display that you can see through, and then one on the camera. They made it after our recommendation or feedback because we were one of the first departments to do it. Never get a first gen anything, by the way.
Right.
They made it to where you can push the top of the camera and it puts the whole thing in standby mode. But we found that the batteries after a cycle would just be dust, even if you didn't even use it. Somehow there was something in there that was using the battery. And so we would go to check out our gear every week. And we were going through AAA batteries. Like, I mean, they must have, I think Scott probably has like a contract with Duracell or something because we were going through like batteries like crazy.
I got a little point on that too.
But now we're getting away from them. We're going to a new Scott Air Pack and we're going to a 45-minute bottle. But we're getting away from the tick masks, and now we have individual ticks that we just put on the engine literally like a month or 2 ago. So we're super stoked on those things. And that'll be fun. We haven't really trained with them yet, but that'll be good. So get away from these freaking masks. I went back to my old mask just because it's too heavy and it never worked. So that was a bust. What are you guys repping?
Go ahead, Doug.
Well,
big city.
We've been probably 5 years now, I guess. We switched over from Firehawks to MSA G1s, which I think is pretty standard for most folks. That's a pretty popular air pack. I personally hate it. It's heavy as shit. Granted, it's the technology in it. I get it. I totally understand it. But it is so freaking heavy. Like after a bottle of work, you used to go 3-4 bottles. Now you're like into that second bottle. You're like, man, I'm gassed, dude. It's 50 pounds on my back, whatever the hell it weighs. It's ridiculous. The strain on your shoulders, especially if you're doing overhaul work, like you're toast. Everything from your diaphragm up is just dead from all that weight.
Yeah.
I'm not down in MSA. I get it. I understand it, but they're just heavy as hell.
Yeah.
We do have a few of those that have the integrated ticks on the ICM. I think it's a very few. I've only seen them on 7 truck, but yeah, your control models you look at with your air pressure and all that, they've got a few of them with a little tick on the end of it. Whether or not they use them, I don't know. But the battery thing, we had Duracell C batteries, I think they were, and they with specific Duracells we had to use in them. So same thing, between checking them every morning and then using them to work, we were going through batteries like crazy. And I don't know how much it was costing us to buy C batteries because we had to use, again, the specific Duracells on a gold pack or like a yellowish gold pack. We finally got and switched over to the rechargeables, thankfully. The Bluetooth we were talking about earlier, apparently that was the capability that we had in that air pack from when we got it, but we just got it turned on recently after some communication issues because the G1's got a speaker here, right? It's got a blue light on it. And then of course it's connected to your regulator for your face piece. And between talking on the radio and it coming out of your face piece or out of the speaker and feeding back in the radio, there was a bunch of feedback issues that we were having, communication issues, big time comm issue. All right, hey, let's look at this Bluetooth thing. We got the Bluetooth thing worked out, and now it Bluetooths from your face piece to your radio. So communication has greatly improved. It's a very good tool to have. The G1, of course, about the only thing in the masks we have is the air. What in this shit is that? Other than the baby, not the baby. The other thing you were holding.
That's like his lap donut.
Oh, okay. I was like, is that a ball? Look like a ball. Like, what the hell are you doing? We've got the green, the yellow, and then the red lights in the face piece that you can see. That's about the extent of what we have in the face piece. Okay, you guys are using G1s also?
Yeah, we swapped over to the G1s roughly when they came out. We don't have any of the bells and whistles at all because that costs money. We went when I first came in with my department. We had MSAs. Actually, in our area, the whole 757 area, we all have MSAs. We all have had them except for the volunteers. A lot of the volunteers have Scots. So the MSA, I was with the city of Chesapeake, was the corner turns. Then I went over to the federal government, and it was the hook one of the MSAs. And now ours just clips in. I'm trying to think now. And like I said, it's been a while since I've been at work. But yeah, we have the G1s. We did a big changeover for that. The cities, we don't have the quick connects, quick bottle fill-ups. The quick connects.
The UAC thing for Rick. You guys don't have that? I thought it was like a standard.
You want to talk about Rick? No, man. We still got expired bottles. Not expired bottles. The bottles are so good. Not expired. It's
they've been hazard tested.
We have the old system for MSA. So when they did the contract, they didn't upgrade our RIT packs. So if you go down, you got to do a full face swap. Full face mask swap.
Mm-hmm.
But your packs have the connector, right? The UAC connector where you can hot fill the bottle, but you just can't.
Oh, you're talking about buddy breathing?
Yeah. No, not buddy breathing. No, not buddy breathing.
Equalizing.
Yeah. Equalizes. Yeah.
Yeah. The old system, the new system don't work like that. So we have to do a complete mask swap from a RIT bag, from what you're wearing to your RIT bag.
Wow. And did you have 2 UACs?
You have 2 UACs?
Yeah, the G1s have 2 UACs. You got one at the bottle and one on your right chest.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, I wonder if maybe our new ones will have 2 UACs. I know just the first one.
It's on the shoulder strap. I mean, you can adjust it, but it's on the right shoulder strap, and you got the one by the valve, of course. So
Yeah.
something to keep in mind when we go through our down firefighter stuff. There's something to keep in mind of, hey, if he's laying on his left side, his UAC should be up. If he's on his right, you need to either move him or get to the one on the back. But they are quick.
We in my department, we span out over multiple states. So we got guys up north and up in the Northeast and Illinois and stuff like that. Scott's very popular. So before my area, we took them over. They had all Scott stuff. Like one base, they bought all brand new Scott stuff. A month later, our department came in and said, "Trash it. You're going to MSA," because bulk buy-in and stuff, it's cheaper. I personally, I don't see the bigger picture, but I would want the same air pack as the Metro does, the city.
As anybody I'm running mutual aid with.
Yeah, that's what I would want. So I was like, the guys up north need to keep a Scott, especially if it's already been purchased. Let them keep it because their neighboring cities have it. And now they're talking about us all over. We're going to Scott's. So that's good for the guys up north, bad for us down here.
Us being the feds.
Yeah. Well, I'm not the whole entire Fed, but my region.
Yeah.
My region, yeah, the Navy. So I'm like, I don't know. I don't see the bigger picture. A lot of our orders do come out of DC, not just out of Norfolk. So, it's one of those things. I'll just go to work, do my job, made the best of it.
Go to work, try to be respectful.
So, but the G1 systems, they are heavy. And if you're able to, you're supposed to strap it completely buckled. Do your chest buckle, and you have to buckle your belt. A lot of people didn't used to do that.
I prefer to do that.
I like to buckle it because it just sways around.
Yeah, I like it like tight on my waist.
Yeah.
Yes, and on the G1s, they recommend you to be very tight, nice and snug around your waist, and you be able to put a closed fist in your shoulder. And it's supposed to all rest on your lower back. Yeah. And when you're able to do that, it's light as a feather.
Shit.
But then you start moving.
Yes, standing still, yeah.
Standing still is perfect. But when you start moving, the bottle starts shifting, then it sits uncomfortable, and you're not worried about that pack. You're trying to pipe pull something, move this. Right? It is heavy. And when we got our G1s, that's when all those lithium battery fires all happen and exploding on scooters. Granted, they're cheap. Our battery pack is located leaning against our spine.
Dead center of your spine.
Yeah, dead center spine. So it's your turnout gear and then the battery. There's nothing in between it. So I'm just like, these react to heat and everything. Granted, I know they're tested and stuff, but I mean, it's right on your spine. That's just crazy.
25.5 pounds. The harness weighs 15.5 with the battery. 25.5 pounds with a 30-minute 4,500 PSI cylinder.
That's what ours is.
Yeah, and it's got 3 adjustable spots for the lumbar thing.
You guys have the 30-minute bottle?
Yeah, we have 4,500. Yeah.
Do you guys carry the rescue devices on your hip, like a hook?
As in like a bailout device? Oh no, we don't have anything on the waist strap. No.
Bailout. Yeah.
No, we don't. Nothing attached to the waist.
You guys have a drop bag attached to your SCBAs?
Our truck companies have rope bags, small rope bags that are might be 100 foot, whatever they are.
Do you carry a rope in your bellow of your turnout pants?
I do. I carry enough to get me out of a second story window.
Yeah, just like
I mean, it's tube webbing. It's tubular webbing.
Oh,
it's enough to get me out the window to low enough where I can fall and not hurt myself, where I don't have to fall out of a second story window.
Yeah. I keep a roll of nice webbing.
But as far as my pack, when I'm riding the front seat, I'll have the tick attached because that's where our tick's at with the front seat, and I have my stream light, my little box light that I took the seat. It comes with the seatbelt clip harness. I just took that off and put some 550 cord and to where it's there's got 2 hooks on the handle, and it essentially only hangs about that far off the handle. I've got a carabiner on it, and I'll clip it usually on my waist strap or sometimes to my chest pocket, depending on where I'm going. But if I clip it on my waist, like if I'm actually searching down on one knee, like it hangs right at ground level. So it's good for that. But that's all I carry on my pack.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we just switched to, we used to carry like 50 feet of rope in one of our bellows of our turnout pants. And then we switched to.
All right, time out. A bellow?
Isn't that called a bellow? Pocket compartment.
Okay. Are you fanning the flames in the fireplace or what are we doing? You mean a pocket?
Well, I mean, I think they're about like 25 centimeters long by a couple.
Seven hot pairs.
Yeah. I don't know. A bellow. I don't know.
Are we doing that again? We're going to do that again?
Is it Spanish for something?
So in your side cargo pocket, that's what you're saying?
Yeah, sure. Cargos.
Okay.
Yeah, in my cargo pants, I had utility rope, and now we switched to these drop bags. And a lot of people's complaints are, it's like that's just one more thing to get caught up when something falls down on you. You know what I mean?
That's always the oh, well, this is gonna get home with that. All right, stop. You know what I mean? Oh, you're gonna get snagged. All right, come on, man. Like I don't have enough shit hanging off of me to get snagged on something. I got a helmet with a big ass eagle thing on it. My helmet in general, I got this damn flashlight on the side of my helmet. I got this massive hunk on my back. Come on, stop. That's just people being dumb.
Being dumb. Don't be dumb.
And
all these recommendations, because our packs before a lot of the weight was on our shoulders. So we'd be out doing whatever. It's like 45 minutes later, you're like, dude, I can't even move my shoulders.
It's miserable. That's what the G1 is, man. I like the bottle size. Don't get it twisted. But god damn, it's uncomfortable.
Yeah. But now we put, like Unkie was saying, like we put it all on our waist. And you're supposed to have like a fist, but it's like funny, all these recommendations. Oh, you're supposed to have a fist, it's like, where'd you do that? A vacuum? Like where'd you come up with that? Where'd you come up with that recommendation?
How many guys do you know
with khakis and a polo on in a factory?
Yeah.
How many people guys
cargo
that have an ass? I know 2 guys, and we make fun of them, but what other guys have an ass? Everything else is just flat.
Got some junk in the trunk.
Yeah, that helps lift it up. I want to get one of them.
I got a little cheek. I'm double cheeked up, as the girls say.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's awesome. Anyway, yeah. So that's our SCBA stuff. We were going to go into some like communication stuff. You're talking about that Bluetooth stuff. Sounds really awesome.
Yeah.
Although I hate Bluetooth, because I can imagine like one person connects to another, and it's like, it'd probably be freaking nightmare.
We've got it. Our riding assignment, whether it be the AC, BC, CC, DC, whatever, that air pack is attached to that radio only. So when I walk next to my jump seat guy, if we're, whatever, mine's not connecting to his is not connecting to mine. It's assigned and only allowed to, not allowed, but it's only going to connect to that. Those 2 match up, and that's it.
Yeah.
I have a question. Big City Doug.
To the chubby bearded guy in Chesapeake.
Do y'all have it set up? Because I heard that the G1, if you want to get really extra fancy with it, the battalion chief is the command, can pull up his little computer and see, all right, Doug is Engine 1 Alpha officer, and he's got 4,500 PSI on his air. Can you see that? Do y'all have that? I've heard that it's out there.
If we do, I don't know nothing about it.
And I heard there's talks, because like I said, my department, if it costs a nickel more, we ain't paying for it.
Right.
So I don't even, everybody else has researched it. I'm like, that's just going to make you mad, guys. That's something that you can't have. But it was supposed to be able to say, take your little little RFID chip, you scan it in, and we do checkoffs, and it'll log you in. So your air pack will say your name. A couple of our guys, we do it because we run out with the city, and they do it. So we'll scan it in. Our department don't have that technology to see it, but on the computer screen, it's supposed to say your name, who you're assigned, what truck you're assigned to, and be able to see everything that's on your SCBA. And
For Mayday purposes, I like it.
So it was to tell you the time, because the G1s will tell you how much time you have left, the way you've been breathing, and it'll tell you your PSI, and it will light up and all that stuff. And they were developing the technology, but they're supposed to have the technology where you can be GPS tracked. I think this is extra fancy, so they know where in the building you're at.
Yeah, for Mayday purposes, that's amazing.
And they were working on vertical. They got horizontal, but they were working on vertical.
I can totally see that happening.
So, I mean, the MSA G1's supposed to have some bells, some serious bells and whistles.
I believe it.
You need big boy money though.
But I will tell you this: if he looks and sees that I've got 3,200 pounds and that says I've got 12 minutes left, I guarantee you I'm coming in and give me the under, because Fat Boy likes to breathe. All right.
Well, and I should know where you're at, so it's going to take you a little while to get out of here. It's like the GPS, dog. I got to beat the time. Like I like to breathe, and when I'm working, I'm going to breathe. It's that simple. Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. I can't stand breathing in my mask only. I have to have the air. And if I come off the air, I got to come out of the mask.
Take the whole thing off, man. I get it. We're big on decontamination. So when we come out, this is a whole nother topic, but we've got a decon fan set up to blow some extra loose particulates off of you before you unclip. But yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah. Well,
one, because it's going to freaking fog up, but yeah.
Yeah, Doug. That was my next comment. Was Doug blows so much hot air that you probably.
Oh shit, man! Yeah, like when I clip back in, I got to open the valve just to blow a little air in it to clear it up.
Yeah.
Oh.
Promo. Oh man. All right, cool. Good job, gentlemen. This has been another amazing episode. Cool Fireman Podcast. I think it's shift change. Unless you guys got anything else.
No, I'm good to go.
Hey, bitches.
Yes. See you next time.
Roll it, GG.
Before you leave, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and give these firemen a huge thumbs up. Also, make sure you check out thecoolfireman.com for more. Thanks!